second planet from the Sun, hotter than Mercury, deadly clouds of acid and crushing pressure. But what if this hellish world is hiding a secret? Look up at the sky just before sunrise or after sunset, and you'll see something bright, brighter than anything else except the moon. That's Venus, the morning star, the evening star. For centuries, we thought it was a symbol of beauty, mystery, even love. But behind those glowing clouds is a planet more terrifying than anything we imagined. A planet where the air is acid, the heat can melt lead, and the surface pressure would crush a submarine. This is not a place for life, but it may have been. And one day, we might even live above its clouds. Welcome back to Milky Way Mavericks, and this time, we're diving deep into the story of Venus, Earth's twin, and its twisted reflection. Named after the ancient Roman goddess of beauty, Venus is known for its exceptional brightness in the night sky. But behind this facade is a world of storms and infernos, unlike anywhere else in the solar system. Venus, the second planet from the Sun, is very similar to Earth from a distance. But up close, it's a very different world. Venus is about the same size as Earth, just slightly smaller. Its structure is also nearly identical, with an iron core, a hot mantle, and a rocky crust. The crust of Venus, however, is dotted with thousands of volcanoes, including Maxwell Montes, a volcano almost as tall as Mount Everest. Venus also has a thick, layered atmosphere. It's full of clouds that rain sulfuric acid and whip around the planet at speeds up to 224 miles per hour, faster than some Category 5 hurricanes. The atmosphere is so thick that it creates a surface pressure similar to what it would be about half a mile deep in the Earth's oceans. This pressure is heavy enough that a human standing on Venus's surface would be crushed. The atmosphere is made of greenhouse gases, primarily carbon dioxide, which create an extreme case of global warming. They trap the sun's heat, causing surface temperatures to rise over 880 degrees Fahrenheit, making Venus the hottest planet in the solar system. Venus is so inhospitable, neither humans nor spacecraft are able to survive the planet's surface. But some scientists speculate that Venus wasn't always so unwelcoming. From roughly 2.9 billion to 715 million years ago, global temperatures on Venus may have been just a few degrees cooler than Earth's are today. And scientists theorize that the surface may have contained shallow oceans that could have held enough water to support life. Today, life may still exist in Venus's atmosphere. About 30 miles up in Venus's clouds, where the temperature and surface pressure are similar to those on the surface of Earth, scientists have observed strange, dark streaks that appear to be absorbing ultraviolet radiation, a phenomenon that could be evidence of microbial life. Life may struggle to survive in the atmosphere of Venus, but it is this unforgiving environment that's made Venus an icon of beauty. It reflects 70% of all the sunlight that reaches the planet, which is why Venus shines more brightly than any other planet or star in the night sky. While more than 40 unmanned spacecraft have visited this infernal world, Venus, so illuminated in the darkness of space, still has much to reveal. If you could somehow stand on the surface of Venus and survive, the view would be surreal. A dim orange sky, no direct sunlight, jagged rocks, flat plains of cooled lava, and not a single sound. The air is too thick. Sound barely travels. The surface of Venus is a vast volcanic landscape. In the 1990s, NASA's Magellan spacecraft mapped it using radar because light can't penetrate the thick atmosphere. What it found was shocking. 85% of the planet is covered in volcanic plains, giant shield volcanoes, lava domes, ancient river-like flows of molten rock. But here's the mystery. Venus has very few impact craters. That means the surface is young, maybe only 300 to 500 million years old. So something reset the entire surface. One theory? Venus experienced a global resurfacing event, catastrophic volcanic activity that melted and reformed the crust. And recently, in 2023, scientists spotted real changes in one of its volcanic vents. A shifting vent wall, new lava flows. For the first time, we had direct evidence. Venus is still geologically active. Venus's atmosphere is one of the most hostile environments in the solar system. At the top, thick clouds of sulfuric acid. Beneath, carbon dioxide so dense it creates a pressure 92 times that of Earth's. The atmosphere traps heat in a runaway greenhouse effect. Once it may have been mild, but now it's a one-way oven. High above the surface, hurricane-force winds blow around the planet at over 300 kilometers per hour. Yet near the ground, it's completely still. The entire lower atmosphere acts like a thermal blanket, holding in heat and crushing pressure. And there's a strange phenomenon called superrotation. The atmosphere spins faster than the planet itself, circling the entire globe in just 4 Earth days. Rain? Yes, it rains sulfuric acid, but it never reaches the ground. It evaporates halfway down, turned to vapor by the extreme heat. The sky? Orange, cloudy, heavy. On the surface of Venus, it's almost completely dark. In the past, Venus may not have been so unwelcoming. It may have had a more Earth-like climate, shallow seas, temperate weather, maybe even an atmosphere full of oxygen. It's a tantalizing idea. What if Venus was once a habitable world? The key to this mystery lies in Venus's early history. Venus, like Earth, likely started with oceans, large bodies of water that could have supported life. But Venus has no magnetic field, a protective shield that Earth has. Over billions of years, the sun's radiation stripped away Venus's atmosphere. And with no magnetic field, the solar wind carried away hydrogen, while the carbon dioxide built up, slowly turning Venus into the hot, toxic planet we see today. Some researchers have proposed that Venus may have gone through a runaway greenhouse effect. As the sun brightened over the eons, Venus's oceans boiled away, leaving the planet to become the inferno we know now. But was it all lost? Could Venus have had life, even briefly? In 2020, scientists proposed a fascinating theory. Could Venus have had life in its ancient past? If life once existed here, it would have been wiped out in an event similar to a supervolcanic eruption. Something so powerful, it altered the entire atmosphere in a matter of millions of years. If Venus is too harsh to land on, could we build cities above it instead? Enter HAVOC, the high-altitude Venus operational concept, NASA's bold vision for human exploration of Venus's atmosphere. While Venus's surface is a living hell, its clouds, at about 50 to 60 kilometers above the surface, are a different story. At this height, the temperature and pressure are strikingly Earth-like. Imagine floating in the sky, surrounded by thick clouds of sulfuric acid, but with conditions that might allow us to survive. HAVOC proposes massive airships that could drift above Venus, suspended in this habitable zone. These would be crude research platforms, floating cities where humans could explore Venus's atmosphere without the risk of surface dangers. These cities could be powered by solar energy, using Venus's proximity to the sun to generate the power they need to stay afloat. It sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, but the concept is grounded in real-world science. A floating colony on Venus could revolutionize space exploration. and it might even provide clues about how we might live on other planets in the future. A civilization above the clouds, gazing down on a world that once might have looked like Earth. Because if we can live above Venus, possibly the most hostile planet in the solar system, we can live almost anywhere. HAVOC challenges everything we thought we knew about planetary exploration. It shifts the goal from surviving on the surface to thriving in the skies. In the race to the stars, maybe the next great leap won't be on Mars, but high above the inferno, in the clouds of Venus. Venus is a planet of extremes, a world of contradictions. Once it may have been Earth's twin, but over time it became a fiery furnace, a planet where life, if it ever existed, was snuffed out by the harsh forces of nature. But that's not the end of the story. Venus still holds mysteries. It's still a place of wonder. And perhaps, one day, it could be the site of humanity's next great frontier. So the question remains, what can we learn from Venus? Could life have once flourished there? Can we one day float above its clouds in massive airships? Venus, with its beauty and its dangers, still beckons us. Its secrets are out there waiting to be discovered. Thanks for watching this journey through the twisted twin of Earth. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and join us next time as we explore more of the Milky Way Mavericks.